What's up, everybody? The Guys Podcast. I got my brothers, Tyree and Omar. Let's get right into this, man. Let's get into this Charlie Kirk content and his wife content, man. Like, let's go, man. Let's just get right into it, man. Let's just get right into it.
No one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight, because he's an amazing man.
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. You can't even get respect in the grave. My man got head tapped in 4K, not even 2 months later. Your widow wife is on television talking about no one can replace you, but there is a man with similarities, and his name is Vice President JD Vance. Are we serious right now? And then what is this? This isn't no. She's found a new suitor already. Look at this grip. He's gripping that on the waist. Look at the head hold. What are we talking about right now, man? These women would even stain your name after you die. That's why I tell you, you need to really vet women properly. You can't even have a proper death. And then Charlie Kirk was a guy that he boldly spoke about being a provider. He believed men should provide. The woman should be at work taking care of things. So during his time alive, she was living a soft life, didn't have to lift a finger. When he died, the amount of people that are donating to his foundation and family name and all the cause, she would never again have to work. And at the very least, she can't even respect his name in the grave. This is how a woman would do you. So when you hear these women say, oh, provide, 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 if anything's happens to you, this is how she's going to be respecting your name afterwards. Like that, she's moving on quickly. If you don't want to be in this position of aligning yourself with a woman that can't even respect your life's work after you go to the grave, it behooves you to apply for Trust Fund Baddies Academy. You need to watch out, gentlemen. These women are different. All it takes is another man with some type of money and power. She's gone like that. Just like that. Even the fact that you're not here, she's not going to respect you. So what are you doing respecting her in this moment of time? You need to move on with your life. You need the help to do so accordingly and expeditiously. The link is in the bio.
No one will ever replace my husband.
No. Let me stop this. Man. Yo.
Yes, sir.
Yo. What y'all got to say about that? Ty, you go first. What you think about that, Tyree?
That shit is sad, bro. Honestly, stuff like this, stuff like this, because I don't want to say that. Like, it makes it. This is the shit that make men say certain things that we say. Like you said, like about the vetting women properly. That's the nice way to put it. But this is why niggas don't sign up to do certain shit. Like, I don't know the relationship between him and his wife, but and I don't know his content, so I didn't get to see their relationship. But if he objectively did all of those things and you couldn't even move on in a quiet way, like, I'm not even telling you not to go do you, but why did you have to do that shit on camera? Like, why are you saying shit like that? Why? That shit just. I wonder if people see what's wrong with it besides us. Like, of course we do because the nigga is filming it, but I wonder if women understand what's wrong with that. I haven't really seen too many comments, but that shit is disgusting to me. Like, that man if he gave you a great life, the least you could do is keep his name, like, clean in the light. And it is clean because essentially he's dead already, but it's just disrespectful, bro. I don't know. That shit just leaves a nasty feeling in my heart. Like, just like, this is why niggas don't want to do everything for, like, that's what I get. That's what I get, bro. That's how you honor my name, my nigga. You couldn't even do that shit in the shadows, bro. Like, you couldn't even keep it to yourself. I'm not telling a grown woman not to go do what she do, bro, but why the fuck are we seeing this?
Oh.
Yo.
Oh, you watched it, oh? We all watched it.
Yeah. When I hear people talk, right, my mind automatically goes to breaking it down, right? Especially because, like, the line of work that I do. So I'm breaking down scripts and shit like that automatically. So from the first opening, from when she spoke and she said, "No one would ever replace my husband, Charlie Kirk." I already knew Kirk. I knew something was up, right? And then she said he's an amazing man. That's the setup to saying, "Yo, but there's somebody else." Then she says there's someone else. To even compare your husband to another man, your late husband, right, to another man is the utmost disrespect. And I just think we living in a day and age where, and Tyree said something, right? He said, "Do women even know what they're doing?" I think that's a good ass question. We're living in a day and age where they know. They just don't care. You got to understand, women don't care at this point in time. They are disrespectful. And for the most part, they are disrespectful. And most of them, they do not care. It's about how they feel, how they're going to survive at this point in time, how they're going to move forward, and how they're going to stay alive. They don't have any decorum about how they go about that after a while, right? It's just, well, this is what I have to do for me and my kids, or this is what I have to do for myself. I have to be happy. I can't live this, and the third. Everything is about being happy. But I just think it's the utmost disrespect. This is why I got to give kudos to women like, and these are rare women, and these are the type of women that are out there, but they're very rare. Lauren London and even
Nip.
yeah, Lauren London for Nip and Vanessa Bryant. You have to understand, I'm sure they've had whatever behind closed doors at this point in time, but you do not hear about it. You don't hear anybody talking about it. You don't see them out with anyone. They know that their man was so influential and he was such a monument that you cannot be seen with anyone else. You know what I'm saying? It's just a respect thing. And even on the lower level, you should just have respect for your man for whatever he did for you on that level. Because, yeah, that's it, man. I don't even give a like. This shit is just sad. I can't keep beating that dead horse. It's disrespectful, man.
Yeah, it is. And Todd, you asked like a rhetorical question, and I think if you ask women to give their opinion, a lot of them are going to say, "You go, girl, do your thing. You know, you got to move on." So, I mean, the blind is leading the blind when it comes to that. For me, it's too soon. Charlie Kirk was just fucking killed. What? Not even a month ago? Like really?
Makes me feel like she has something to do with it.
Shit crazy, bro. Bro, the crazy shit is you choose to highlight a man that's also in the political world. So he's the fucking vice president. And he is kind of similar, right? Right-wing vice president. So you kind of know why she would be drawn to a man like that. But does it excuse her behavior? No. And then you look at how she looked at him with like those eyes of endearment and like that respect that she had for him. And we all know if a woman highly respects a man and she admires him, it's easy for her to fall for him. But like you said, when you look at Vanessa Bryant, I'm sure Kobe died in 2019? No, like 2019?
Probably 2019.
And you didn't hear, I haven't heard anything about who she's dating or going out on dates. Nipsey Hussle's girl, Laura London, like it's a respect thing. You have to respect your husband's legacy. But I want to talk about the biology, right? The biological imperative, like I always said, and stepping away from Charlie Kirk's wife, I've always wondered myself, how is it that women can get over breakups so fucking fast, right? Even though a lot of women divorce men and they break up, we're not talking about women being widowed, but just a divorce, right? Years of marriage, kids, and they can just pick up and leave and act cold. So I was doing some digging, and it led me down like this path to really understand. During the time where women were fully dependent on their husbands for survival, for protection, for provisioning, if that man was to die, they had one or two choices: either die or find the next man that they can attach themselves to. So I'm looking at it from like an evolutionary biology, evolutionary psychology type of thing. Is it still embedded in women now to be able to just, if their husband dies or they get a divorce or break up, is it built in them to be able to just act cold and say fuck the person that they were with, that they had kids with, and build a legacy or family, whatever, with, and say like, okay, let me move on? Do you think that still plays a part in today's time? Oh, considering what I just said regarding the research.
Well, on one hand, I can say yes, right? But on the other hand, I can say no, because we're in a society now where women have more rights than anything, and they are more independent, as they would say, than ever before. So it's not a thing about survival. Back then, it was a survival thing. Now it's not a survival thing. Now it's about just doing what they want to do. So it goes to show you, when you give someone power, they're going to exercise the power how they want to exercise the power. Back in the day, when those things were happening, you have to understand that the men would say to another man, if I don't make it back, take care of my wife, marry my wife. They would give permission to another man to take on his wife, because he didn't want his wife and children to be without care. You get what I'm saying? Women don't have to do that nowadays. They're making more money than they ever made. These are their arguments. They're making more money than they ever made. They're more educated than they ever were. They have more rights than they ever had. So what is that? That's not a means for survival at this point in time, right? It just goes to show you they are doing what they want to do. Does it play a part? I would say a small part, yes, right? Conditioning from those times, but at the end of the day, the circumstance is different. So I would say no. They're just foul like that.
I'm not creating an excuse for them. I'm just trying to understand, because how can someone be so fucking disrespectful in like 4K? But so let me just counter that, right? A lot of times, yes, a friend would say, hey, if I die, take on my wife or a brother. But a lot of times those husbands were killed, and the man who killed the husband would take on that woman and say, hey, you have a choice. Either I kill you with your husband, or we leave you to the whim of the wilderness, or you become my concubine or my second or my third.
But I'm talking about the men who went to war, right? So if we go to war
No,
together,
I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, but also you have to account for the men who came to a village and took over and took all the women too.
But that wasn't in most of the cases. Most of the cases where we would go to war, you would make it back, and I'm telling you, yo, take care of my wife, because I'm not going to make it back. Or if you make it back and I don't, you take care of my wife. I'm talking about as far as the fellowship amongst fellow warriors. You get what I'm saying? I understand your situation, what you're saying as well. But what I'm saying is, in most cases, those women would go to the next man from that village or that tribe, because that friend of that husband didn't make it back.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, but we can't discount that other part too. So there were many reasons why. I'm saying like there were many reasons why women would become a widow. That's one of the reasons, and what I was saying is one of the reasons as well. Is really because she just left her husband. But what I'm saying is that even though we are in modernity and women make their own money, it doesn't erase hard wiring from a millennia, right? Women still want men taller, strong. I would argue, if that's the case, women want a man that's taller and stronger, because she can make her own money. She can hire security. She can call the cops. There's really no benefit to a woman having a stronger, taller man when she can do most of the things for herself, and she's not basing her survival on a man. So we have to think
logic. I said this is their logic. I never said thing. I said this.
No. I'm just saying, but it takes time to get out of that hardwiring, like social constructs.
I'm busy right now.
Right.
Like social constructs.
Yeah.
But so it doesn't adhere to to reality.
I agree. That's why I said it does play.
Yeah. So
it's conditioning.
Hello. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was saying. On top, like, not give them a pass, but my thing is like this. There's going to be destruction. There's going to be lack of morality. There's going to be lack of ethics, right? There's going to be things it's going to disgust you and turn your stomach. But as a man, we just have to understand this is how they move, right? So that we can move accordingly. I played the video not because I'm surprised, because this shit happens every day. We just happen to see it because it's fucking Charlie Kirk. But the nigga down the street, when he dies, his girl going through the same shit. Like the other dude from the other block, while he's alive, his baby mother or wife is fucking his brother. This shit happens. We see it. every day. But I'm just saying, men have to be prepared for what they're going to be dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
The chances are less.
Huh?
I said that's why you gotta like the girl who likes you, because the chances of that happening are low.
Facts.
But I feel you. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that at all.
Yeah. Ty, go ahead. What you think, bro? Like, should we not give them a pass, but should we be more understanding and just know how to move, because this is just inherently how they are based on biology, evolutionary biology and psychology? Or fuck that, they know what they're doing, and we shouldn't give them a pass because of their biology.
Oh, it is biological, but that's what makes you start to realize that love is really like a philosophy or a concept. Because when both people mate how they want to mate, because if men were left to do what they wanted to do with impunity, they would sleep with as many women as possible. And if women are left to do what they want to do with impunity, they would just ping pong from whoever can. Serial monogamy. Both of those fucking ways of existing is not conducive to love. Love, you have to believe in that shit and put aside so many biological impulses that it's fairly difficult to remain in love. That's why I'm like, is love even meant for humans? Are we just meant to temporarily get together, reprocreate, and move on? Because both sexes' mating strategy, natural mate, that's a woman's natural mating strategy, is what you're saying. That's why it's so it doesn't matter if you know what social class you go to, it doesn't matter what level of intelligence. This is something that is congruent amongst a lot of women. Their ability to disassociate and just leave a man, no matter how much that man has done for them, how much that man has given them. But again, those are the concepts and things that we look at. Like, we look at loyalty as far as something to be valued in that way. I don't think women look at it that way. They have, in their mind, what's right for them in the moment is the right thing to do. We look at it as a big picture. No matter if somebody did something for me, I don't care if it was years ago, I fuck with you. Yeah, I would never destroy your name. But for a woman, if that's not if they're not doing that now, then that's okay for them. So we have different morality systems when it comes to that. Like, bro, we really have a philosophy with this shit. Whereas what I'm talking about as far as like honor and things, I don't know, man, we're just inherently different. Perhaps it is because biology and they're designed to rely on someone else. So the smartest thing to do if you're relying on somebody else is to pick the best somebody else, like, for the time. Like, so it's just like, it's a wiring, it's an evolutionary thing for survival. So that it literally is that. So when you get to that, when you understand it like that, love isn't real, bro. You have to agree. You have to like suppress so many things within yourself to actually be in love, which I respect people who can do it. But both people have to do it. Like, and her last job as a woman who was taken care of by a man and he did everything for her was to protect his name. She could have went out for the sunset. Nobody would have cared if he was dating somebody a while from now. Niggas understand, bro. But how you do like this, and then you out and no one can never replace my. Why did you have to even say that? Why you couldn't just fuck? And that nigga married too, so that's a whole nother thing. It's a fucking vice president. Oh, you got a wife, but whatever. The point is that you could have did this in a classier way. Nobody telling you to keep your legs closed forever, but why do you have to go and just on a public stage and embarrass this man, especially when he was a public figure? It's in their nature, bro. It's not something that you can ever change, bro. But that's why I say really, really just, that's why men do, like the men who get to a certain level of understanding female nature, they do what they want to do because you hold yourself to a certain honor and integrity system and they don't hold themselves to that same system, bro. There are men who suffer their whole lives for their wife, bro, are unhappy, my nigga. Imagine a nigga gave his whole life to try to do the right thing by you. And in death, glad Charlie Kirk can't see this. I don't know what the nigga would say, but that hurts me as a man watching it. It's not my business, but what the fuck, bro?
Yeah. Also too, the way she did it, it leaves a lot of room for speculation. So even if she didn't mean anything by it, you have to be media trained. You have to know what you say out of your mouth. You have to know what type of way you come across to the public, because it can lead to a lot of speculation, and you wouldn't want the public to think anything other than you respect your husband. That's one. You said something key, Tyree. Because women are the weaker sex, they can't be loyal. Like, I understand that the biggest thing regarding a woman's survival is her being able to just it's like attaching a line. It's like a person in jail, right? The person who's in prison, who's the weakest, they're going to have to align themselves with the toughest gang. If that gang folds, they're going to have to go to a different gang that's strong. So the person that's the weakest can't rely on their physical attributes. They're going to have to rely on their being cunning, being conniving, being sneaky, to be able to just align themselves and manipulate situations for protection. So I don't think it's in a woman's best interest, especially when her survival depends on it, right? We're talking strictly biology. We're not talking morality. We're not talking ethically and human decency. We're talking about survival. I don't think it's in a woman's best interest to attach herself long term to a man that can't provide for her. And then if he at a point was providing and he couldn't any longer, is it not in her best interest to be able to reattach to a new man that can take on that job? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying logically speaking, right, from a survival standpoint. Also, too, I do believe, Tyree, as far as in Omar, as far as women being how can I say, like monkey branching, but at some point women have to stick, because as a woman gets older and ages, her ability to have children, right, decreases. Her ability to attract a guy just based on her beauty decreases with age. So what is her strategy then, Tyree? Because you like to say that it's not in a woman's biology to attach to one man. What does that woman do when she gets older, when she has no choice?
Bro,
And
she
men
switches it
can't
like
continue,
shoes.
but a woman can't switch it like shoes because her value decreases. She's not valuable
There's
anymore,
always
right?
a man that'll value her, bro. She'll just go to the
Mhm.
next nigga that value her, bro. She will align herself with whatever will make her situation best. So if it's
But
a
Tyree,
piece,
strictly in dating though, strictly in the dating market, a woman dating, not human value. A woman gets her value from two things, right? Fertility, being able to procreate, and being beautiful. I'm saying when time has run its course and she's not as beautiful anymore and she can't procreate anymore, we're talking strictly biology. Her best bet is to stick with the man that she grew old with, right? And a man's value really doesn't peak until he's old, like
as
extremely
he gets
old,
older,
right?
yeah, his
Exactly.
peak.
So I think it's in a woman's best interest to be able to figure out what she needs to do to survive and attach herself to the best man she can. But it's not a lot of men of value to go around. So I don't really think that it fares well for them as they get older. So while they're young, they're gonna have to be able to maneuver and do that shit. I'm sorry, go ahead, Tom.
No, when they're younger, they have more leverage to move freely. It's like it's more free movement because they have more leverage. They lose
Mm-hmm.
leverage to move freely as they get older, but they still will do it. If all they have is their sex left or their attractiveness left, they'll like, bro, there are women who get 50, 60 and leave their husbands, so I deserve better. What, nigga, you ain't got much
Yeah, but it
life
doesn't.
left.
But the
Like,
results are not favorable. And what I'm saying is
yeah, it's
that
not favorable, but it's not about that. That's how you know it's their why. Bro, it's not even an optimal strategy the whole way through. It's optimal in the beginning when you have the most leverage to be able to do that. It's less optimal later, correct? But some people don't even wise up enough to go, you know what?
it's
Let me
only
just.
optimal after they do it and what they assumed is correct. That's the only time it's optimal. They take a gamble. Let me see if this man that 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 I'm talking to could possibly be a better, be a better alternative,
But
right?
Todd's not
But
saying that it's not. Todd's not saying that it's optimal. He's saying that they're just going to do it even at that age. He's
Yes,
not saying that it's that
no,
they're
it's
I
gonna
get what
do it.
optimal.
Tyree's
He's
saying.
saying
No, I get what Tyree's saying. I'm just saying, because things have a starting point. And what I'm saying is that so the biological hardwiring comes from right a time before. And what I'm saying is the reason why women were valuable back then, because women weren't working. Let's go back to hunter gatherer, right? Women weren't working. Their main jobs were to birth children and manage the home and gather after their husband hunted. What I'm saying is that how can that translate and be a part of evolution when they know that or their value decreased as they got older? That's what I'm saying. It would have
If,
to be it would have to be like you said, Omar, if their husband died, right? Or if their husband got killed and overtaken by another group of men. So what I'm saying is that I don't think it's in their what I'm saying is that I don't think it's in their best interest, Tyree, to do that because there's not enough men to go around that's of value. Second, they can only do that optimally for a certain period of time. Not to say that a woman can monkey branch for sex anytime she wants. But when she's monkey branching, is she monkey branching to a man's going to give her a relationship or just give her sex? You know what I'm saying? That's all I was saying.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They'll align themselves with whatever it benefits them most at the time based off of what they want. And that's why society and the way it is, like, because women depend on men less, you see less loyalty towards men, which goes to show you that women's loyalty towards men wasn't this genuine duty. Like, perhaps we put too much of a halo effect on our grandmothers in our past life. Niggas might have just only been doing what they had to do to make it by, nigga. Like, when you give women ultimate freedom, when you give someone ultimate freedom and they do what they want, nigga, that's who they are, nigga. Like, so
Right.
if we give women ultimate freedom and this is what they're doing, then perhaps they never really wanted to be underneath a man's jurisdiction or protection. They just did it because it's what they had to do. So now you're getting to see, this is why sometimes society can level up beyond the biology and we try to outthink biology and shit. Like, this is why there's like this fucking, because we've gotten to the point, like, yes, women don't need to depend on us. And because there's no need for that, you get to see this is what relationships, this is what it would be like, bro. They're not fucking like, it's all just, it's like an animal having a relationship with another animal. Like, you know how animals have relationship with other animals? It's just based off of the fucking need to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
I agree with you, and I'm seeing what women are doing. So I'm not
so
arguing
yeah,
that. What I'm
everything you're
saying
saying is
that
logical. Like, if a woman is being logical,
no,
she'll be like, yeah, I'm slowing down
I'm
now.
saying no. I'm saying for survival, right? For survival, men are meant to be non-monogamous, right? For survival
Of the
purposes, taking
species,
away
be clear, of the species. That's what it's about. It's
that's
about,
the point of, but that's the point of any living thing is their
yes,
main
that's what I'm
is
saying.
to
None of us is meant
right.
for having love. It's not, love is not real.
Okay, yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but even people love would benefit. Like love has to benefit you at some point, or you're going to like fall out of love, right?
That's
You know
all
what I'm
it
saying?
is. It's just,
Yeah.
it's not, it's all like, we just wouldn't, they no longer need us the way they do. And now you get to see how they act when they no longer need us the way they do. I
Oh,
mean,
what do you think? Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
go
Go ahead,
ahead.
bro.
No, you
No. I'm
good.
sorry. Go ahead. No. Finish what you're saying. I'm sorry. I thought you were finished. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, I mean, that's pretty much it, bro. That's pretty much it. You could go.
Oh, what do we do now as modern day men? What is the prescription? Oh, what do we do? Knowing all of this shit right now, we know most men are average at best, uh, living paycheck to paycheck. They don't command that type of respect that modern day women um uh think that they deserve, right? What do the act, because most men are average, consider and seeing a man like Charlie Kirk who reached full potential, um, very, very, very known, a lot of notoriety in the political world, uh, status was through the roof. I mean, what do average men do, Omar? And considering like what Steph Curry's going through right now with Aisha Curry
Yeah, I
and
think
Will
it's
Smith and Tupac and shit. Like you're seeing these guys are suffering from that, and these are celebrities.
yeah, I think it's a simple solution, man. And I don't know. Yeah, y'all gonna say I always say this, but it's a simple solution. Like the girl who likes you, because the fact of the matter is, if I'm a nerd and a girl likes me because I'm a nerd, the chances are she's not going to be looking at anyone else because she's satisfied with this nerd. You get what I'm saying? But if you're trying to get with a girl who doesn't like you or is making you work super hard, you're constantly trying to please her and she doesn't really want, she doesn't approve of you. You get what I'm saying? So she's going to use you as much as she can, as I say, biology. She's going to use you as much as she can to get whatever she can get from you until you can no longer provide that thing. Then that's why if you pass off, she's going to go on to the next girl. But you have situations like Lauren London when they meet a man that they like and that they were genuinely interested in. As Lauren London said, she approached Nip and he took the bait. She liked him, right? So now this is why you see her not saying anything. She initially liked him. So because she liked him and she was genuinely into him, no one can compare to him, even if they appear to us as this bigger, more status type of guy. No one piques her interest because they're not him. That's who they were actually into. So if you find the person that likes you, the chances of her disrespecting you after it's over, it's not very high. If you find the girl who likes you, the probability of you being disrespected or anything like that will be very low. But when you like a girl or you constantly are trying to pursue someone who you have to cater to and pander to and you're simping to, you're only going to get used. And then once you're gone, it's over. Charlie, and lastly, I'll say this. This seems like a situation where Charlie Kirk might have just went for the girl that was out of his league. That probably wasn't the girl who liked him. He went for the pretty girl. And the pretty girls, they're going to do you bad. Once you're gone, pretty girls, they're going to find the next guy because they know they're pretty. They're going to find the next guy who's going to take on their pretty face, and they're going to do the same thing to him. And this is what's happening to Charlie Kirk.
And guess what? She might like JD Vance just by default, average. He might not, and JD Vance might not even have to do half the shit that Charlie Kirk did, right?
That's why I like the girl who likes you, fam.
So if she likes JD Vance.
She liked that man probably, bro. Or she probably just is looking for the next. She probably just likes him for what he can do or the position that she can put him in. But JD Vance, like Ty said, probably got a wife, so he knows the game. I'm gonna use this girl to put me in this political situation, and then I'm gonna scrap her anyway. She thinks she's playing. I'm gonna get rid of her. I got my wife. You get what I'm saying? So
and he might clip too.
The way he hugged her is looking like he clipped. She held his head, fam.
Yeah, my nigga. Yeah, my nigga. It ain't looking good, bro.
Man, listen. If my joint ever do that, I'm telling the homies to ride on her if I'm dead.
Word. Yeah. Word. Nigga, I got you, nigga. Ain't no way.
You can't get away with that.
Ain't no way, bro. Yeah.
No way.
2 months after I'm dead, ride on her, family.
Nigga said, slide for Vaughn, nigga. Slide for Vaughn, nigga. Said, fuck that, nigga. Word. Yo. Yeah, I second that notion. Need to make a about Pat, nigga. That's how men feel, nigga. Like, what? Bro, I gave my life to you. But this is what I say, bro. I ended with this, bro. We could do another episode later. Men love women more than women love men. Because we subject ourselves to the burden of women without even needing to, bro. We don't need to subject ourselves to the burden of taking care of women. If men are the only ones who could be shamed into going against their own biological strategies because that hurts women's feelings. They don't get that. We just sat here and understood why the fuck she screwed them over. They would not sit there and understood why niggas cheat. Like, they won't understand why we do that. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They won't, I'm not saying all niggas, but I'm not, they won't understand why we have even the urge to do it. They're like,
wait, Ty, it's like staticky. I'm sorry.
My fault.
But
it's just, man, that shit is.
If you know, and I'll just say that it's if they know. If you're taking an open book test and the teacher knows that the book is open, it's not cheating. They allowed you. Cheating is when you do it without them knowing.
Right, I'm using the wrong word, but that's how they use words like that to demonize what we do. But both of our biological.
We're not letting them get away with it, Ty.
Wait, I can't hear you, bro.
The natural biological dating strategies are both fucked up. If you want to say our shit is fucked up, what y'all do naturally is fucked up too. Because that's bro. Y'all be like, oh, like we have a bunch of women and like we get shamed for the shit that we do. And yes, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but if you want to fucking have real love the way y'all say, y'all got some biological shit y'all need to get under control too, because that's disrespectful, bro. Ain't no man want to.
I don't even think the male biological strategy is fucked up. I think this whole idea of the monogamous marriage is a Eurocentric mating strategy, but for years, way before Christianity, men have always been in relationships with more than one woman, and the women would take care of the kids as a community.
If they're saying that's fucked up,
I can even say because of how we're like our reproductive system as men, we're not meant. You could just see we're not meant to be with one woman. But you know what I'm saying?
Animals, you're right. Look at other animals. At the end of the day,
and I can say evolutionarily, at least their mating strategy comes from evolutionary psychology and biology. We've always had two testicles, from what I know.
No, we've always saying from their logic, though. It's just from he's saying from their logic.
No, I get it, but now I'm arguing on the men's side. I'm saying they had to come to this point.
Come on, man.
What'd you say? Oh, you said she got to share. You got to deal.
You got to deal. You got to share that man.
Yo, we gotta get shirts made up. You got a deal.
Yeah, that's a
You got
funny
it.
ass line, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
you got.
I'm
Oh,
good.
you gotta
You
share
got
that,
it.
man.
You gotta share
You
that
got a
man.
deal. That's funny
You
as
got a
fuck.
deal. You gotta share that. Oh, you gotta share that, man.
Yeah. Nah, but
That's
that's what I'm
it.
saying. We are only ones who could be shamed until we feel bad about doing the shit we do because society makes it so bad. But that serial monogamy or whatever that monkey branch and shit, that shit hurts us. The same way the shit we do hurts you. The fact that we can give so much to you and you go like that and it don't mean shit, that hurts us. So why the fuck should we stop doing what we doing if you do what you do and we just justify it?
But at least though, as a man, I could say women have the advantage because even though we might be smashing other chicks, you're still the main. We're not leaving you. You're still getting all the provision and the protection and us providing for you. We're just smashing other girls. When you cheat, you leave. So that's a different fucking, that's a different thing right there.
We have our mating strategies are diametrically opposed, which means they're on opposite ends of the circle, which means at the end of the day, they're going to do what's in their best interest and we do what's in our best interest. The only way love can exist is if we both ignore our biological impulses. That love is a philosophy. It's not real. We both have to agree to this contract that we're going to ignore the shit about us that because we're naturally, I'm going to want to fuck other women and you're going to want to move on when I lose my job or some shit happens.
But Tom, what if it's not fucking other women? What if it's governed by your religion? In Islam, you can marry 4 women. So again,
religion is just a fucking philosophy.
I'm saying no, but listen, what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying is that how are you hurting women when, like Omar said, you're being real and you're providing for all of them? Love is giving my life and providing.
Because it doesn't go with their mating strategy. Their mating strategy is to try to have all of your resources for them. Nigga, I want 100% of your resources.
I'll say this then. If, like Todd said, that our mating strategies are diametrically opposed, men do not feel bad for having more than one. If she got to share you, it's too bad because guess what? When things go wrong, she's leaving. So have your time, and she got a deal. You get me?
Timeshare. Timeshare.
You get me? You got to share that man. I'm done.
That's it. Mic drop. Mic drop. This is the Guys Podcast. We're gonna definitely have a part 2 to this because you're gonna start seeing, I think, more women disrespecting their late husbands and husbands that's alive. Yeah, man, you just gotta understand what's going on out here and move accordingly, right? Especially as a man. Until next time, my brother Tyree, my brother O, the Guys Podcast. We out.
Peace.
Peace.